research project might be going through hard times, watch your step, because basically, obviously the world is kind of at a standstill, and it's just like you have to ask yourself the question, are we still moving forward? Are we still going to achieve our goals? Am I still as passionate about the concept that I expressed to my team, like the reason why they actually joined in the first place? And usually what you'll find out is that projects have a energy life cycle, and 9 times out of 10 they start here, kind of like on a mountaintop experience. And then like after you get past that and you lay down all the work that has to be done, it kind of like you will essentially kind of start going downhill. And at that moment that you find yourself at literally the middle of the valley, that's usually when some type of disaster strikes, right? Either you find out that your market size is not as big as you initially thought it was, or the developer that you thought was working with you is no longer interested in working on your project, or the funding that you thought that you were gonna get has evaporated into thin air. And these right here are the moments that actually make or break entrepreneurs, that make or break researchers, that make or break productive people in general. And I want to talk about how you get past that. I'll talk about me personally, how I've gotten past it. I was taking a class at Howard University called Bison Startup, where you actually had to create a startup concept, develop an application, and launch it to whoever your market was. Now, I haven't released this information out to anybody, right? Like, y'all are the first people that know. It's just me and my sister and the people on the team that actually know what I'm about to tell y'all. But I decided that now would be the right time to share it. So, you know, we're very resourceful people, right? So, I code and I program. I'm a data engineer full-time at a Fortune 100 bank. That's data engineering, right? So data engineering and data science is my passion. However, I don't really do a lot of front-end development. That's not what I really do. And especially back then, during my sophomore year, I didn't have that skill set at all. I was more so on the business side. So I told myself, in order to actually move fast, I should outsource the development of my application and just focus on the marketing side of things. So that's what we did. And we went online and we actually contracted a developer in China to develop our application. So we laid down everything that was supposed to be built, and we sent over the requirements, right? And we started actually meeting some checkpoints with them. And it was funny because like everything was working out perfectly. You know what I'm saying? We were going to class and we were showing the work that we had, you know, paid the contractor to develop. And nobody knew we had outsourced this to China, right? So this is a real, you know, low-key type thing. But something crazy happened during midterm. The contractor went ghost on us. He stopped responding, he stopped talking, and 2 weeks went by, 3 weeks went by, 4 weeks, here comes a car. 4 weeks went by, we didn't hear anything from the guy, and then he sends me this message, and he says, sorry, I was in a car accident, I no longer have access to my computer, and I cannot complete this project. And I was like, oh my gosh, bro. I was like, are you serious? I was like, yo, my grade is on the line for this. This is crazy. So at that point in time, I had 2 options. This is at the rock bottom moment that I was telling you about. Number one, the market validated our idea because we had gone out and talked to people and we did surveys, right? The marketing plan was set in stone. We was just all leading up to the launch of the app. But the problem was we didn't have an app. So we were gonna get an F in the class. We weren't gonna launch the app. The team, everything was kind of like downhill. So we only had 2 options. 1, we develop the app ourselves, or 2, I'll find somebody else to actually start developing. So I said to myself, look, we have to do both. And that's what we did. We started developing the app ourselves, right? In-house. And we got to a certain point with it, right? And that really demonstrated a whole lot of discipline on our parts because we had to switch gears totally. But the other thing that was really influential and what actually helped us launch the app is that I was actually able to find a senior computer science major within our department who was actually in search of a senior project. and I brought him on the team, and I explained to him the vision, the idea, the concept, and our windows aligned so perfectly that he was able to develop the MVP of that app for his senior project, and we were able to use that app for our startup. And we launched that at the end of the semester, and we had over 300 people on Howard University's campus using it. And that's an example of turning, what could have been a catastrophe into a victory. And I say that story because I really want to encourage people. Like, you never know how it's really going to shake down, but I can guarantee you one thing: if you give up, you'll never make it, and you'll never succeed with your goal. But if you stay in there and turn over every single rock, you will succeed eventually. This is Alston Clark with the Howard University Blockchain Lab, sharing my story about previous experience in hopes that it will help you all in whatever project you're working on currently at the moment. If this has been a help, please share the video, leave a comment, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.